It's 11:40 p.m. right now, and I am hungry. And I normally eat this soup that I make every single day, and I haven't had it today yet, so let's go make it. Okay, so I have sesame oil in the pot right now, and I'm just getting the pot heated, and I'm going to add some kimchi. Just like a scoop of it. I don't know, I kind of just eyeball it at this point because I make this every single day. But this soup is like called sundubu, and I had it when I was in Korea, and when I got back I have made it so many times until I figured out the exact recipe that I like now. And I kid you not when I say I've eaten this like every single day for the last 3 or 4 months at this point. I'm not exaggerating. Just like a spoonful. I throw in a little bit of the juice as well. And then, because I make this so often, I like prepare ingredients and I like freeze everything. So like I froze like minced garlic, but the stuff that's in the jar doesn't taste as good as doing it fresh. So garlic, I'm just gonna add like some onion too. And this is like already pre-done as well. And then I'm gonna add some green onions to this. And we're gonna let it like saute. Okay, I'm gonna add some salt too. I almost forgot. Okay, once it's like pretty much sauteed together, I just add a little bit of chicken broth to it. You can add more to it. I believe from what I read, it's traditionally made with like a anchovy stock and stuff like that, but I'm very particular with like what I eat. I'm very picky. I've probably had it with anchovy stock like at the several restaurants that I've eaten it at. I'm actually not sure, but I just add enough chicken broth like just so I can like mix this in properly, but I use like half a teaspoon of like sugar. And then we got gochujang, and I use like 2 tablespoons, I'd say. 1, 2, maybe a little bit more. But I only add like a little bit because of the chicken broth, because it helps it when you're like mixing it together so that there's not like big clumps of it everywhere, if that makes sense. Like there's not like big clumps of gochujang not getting mixed in properly. And then once you mix that up, I should not be using a metal spoon into this. I should have something else, but it's fine. It's fine. Then once that's mixed up enough, I'm just gonna add chicken broth to like probably just the rest of this one actually. Just to use it up. I also use bone broth. Yeah, that's enough. So I'm just gonna use that much. Looks good to me, and we're gonna wait for it to boil. Okay, now that it's boiling, I chop up my zucchini beforehand, and I just make them into like little, I don't know, I like scoop out like the seeds and everything too. You're gonna add that to it. Just do, I don't know, a handful, 2 handfuls. And that's gonna like cool it down because it's frozen, so I just let it come back to like a boil for a little bit. I leave it in for like maybe like a minute, and then we're gonna add the rest of our ingredients. But like I eat this every single day, so like chopping up a zucchini every single day, or even just like leaving it in the fridge, like I feel like I don't use a lot of this stuff fast enough, so I just freeze everything. The one thing I will say you should not freeze is the tofu. I'm still gonna eat it, but it comes out okay when you heat it back up, but like I just don't eat enough of the tofu quick enough to not freeze it, but at the same time, like, I don't know. Okay, so it came back up to a boil best idea, like I said, to boil or to freeze it, but we're just gonna cook it till it like separates just a little bit, and then once it's like de-thawed enough and separates, we're gonna add the egg, turn off the heat, take it off and eat it. Add the egg, throw this out, turn off the heat, done. Wash my hands. So the egg will cook as it's still boiling. As you take it off, transfer it to the little plate. Boom. Everything's off. And just like that, it is ready to eat. And you eat it straight out of that bowl because it keeps it so hot. So here we are. We got it still boiling, still hot. And the egg's cooked. And I like to like just break the egg. Let the yolk kind of mix in a little bit. Oh man, I love this stuff. Try the broth. It always makes my nose run though, that's the only bad thing. Oh, so hot. Oh, yeah, my nose is running. Okay. So hot. But it is so good. It's not even, like, it's not spicy at all either. Like, it has just, like, the perfect amount of kick, but, like, not too much. Everything about this soup, I eat this soup every single day, and it's not, like, authentic by any means, but this is the closest tasting that I had compared to the one that I had in Korea, and it is so good, and I have eaten it every day for months and months. I post this stuff every single day on my Instagram story because I literally eat it every single day, which is why I have so many ingredients that are frozen. Oh my god, everything's so good about it. Like the egg, look at that egg. Look at the yolk right there. Oh, look at some of the egg and the zucchini. Just everything about this, so good, and it stays really hot as you eat it, so like you can eat this whole entire bowl, and by the time you're like almost to the last drop, like it's not cold. It's not cold. It stays hot the whole time. It's just perfect. Please try it. Please try it. And if you ever go to Korea or any Korean restaurant, try sundubu because it is the best soup I've ever had in my life.